After completing the general country background, the territorial organization and administrative structure is the focus of the second segment of the LoGICA profile. Almost every country in the world has administrative subdivisions, which form the different territorial administrative levels or tiers of the public sector. In its simplest form, a country may have a single subnational level of governance or administration. This structure is common in smaller unitary countries. In this case, these local jurisdictions would form the country's primary subnational administrative division. In other cases, a country may have two subnational levels or tiers. For instance, a country may be divided into regions or provinces, which in turn are divided in local-level jurisdictions. In that case, the regional level would represent the primary or first-level subdivision, while the local level would form the second level of territorial administrative subdivision. In yet other cases, a country may have three or more territorial administrative levels. For instance, a country may be divided into states or provinces, then further subdivided into counties or districts, which in turn may be subdivided into municipalities and villages. It is important to recognize that the names and composition of different territorial administrative levels often vary from country to country. In addition, it is important to realize that the profile should include all territorial administrative levels or tiers of the public sector, and not necessarily just those levels that are elected subnational governments. A country's constitution or legal framework may provide guidance in determining the territorial administrative profile, but the profile should reflect the actual situation rather than the constitutional or legal framework. Any differences between the legal framework and the actual structure of the public sector should be noted. Another issue faced in some countries is that there may be territorial administrative levels or tiers created for special purposes. For instance, some countries rely on water boards to ensure water management that do not necessarily overlap with the general-purpose government levels. Other countries may rely on elected school district governments. When these types of special-purpose governments exist and play more than an insignificant role in the public sector, they should be included in the public sector profile. On the other hand, the organizational structure profile should only include territorial administrative subdivisions of a country, and should not include levels that merely reflect geographical or statistical territorial divisions. For instance, in the United States, states are grouped into regions and division for data reporting or oversight purposes, without these regions and division having their own institutional status or administrative structures. The organizational profile should generally not include such levels or tiers. The primary or highest level territorial subdivision is not necessarily the strongest or most important subnational administrative subdivision. For instance, while the regions of France are the country's primary territorial administrative subdivision, this does not necessarily mean that they are more powerful or important than departments or communes. There are a few other challenges you may come across in preparing the territorial organization and administrative structure. For instance, a country may have different subnational structures in different parts of the country. This is especially true in federal countries. For instance, while most federal states in Germany are subdivided into districts and municipalities, city-states are not subdivided in this manner. Likewise, in some countries, there may be significant differences between governance institutions at the same territorial administrative level. For instance, there may be elected local governments alongside deconcentrated entities at the same level, or there may be elected local governments in urban areas, while rural areas are administered as deconcentrated administrative units. For these cases, the LoGICA template includes an alternate worksheet that can be used. Regardless what worksheet is used, any asymmetries or exceptions in the subnational governance structure should be explained in the comments and clarifications section of the worksheet.